Today is a really big day of energy. If you haven't already felt it today, huge shift. We have our moon in Aries. We also have Saturn going retrograde. We just went through a very impulsive, severe G4 geomagnetic storm, and the energy is uncomfortable and kind of chaotic because our moon in Aries is helping us focus more of our energy and our moods towards future focused points, right? So it wants us to push forward. It wants us to stay future focused. But that's also really hard and challenging because we're just entering Cancer season. And what does that mean? It means that our energy wants to focus on the past. It wants to dig and root through all of those things and keep our focus instead there. And that heavy and weighted feeling that we're feeling today, not only due to the severe geomagnetic storm that we had last night, and it's still having those lingering effects, but we have Saturn going retrograde, switching up that complete energy, vice versa. It's been giving us this weighted, heavy energy just to the whole day. Time may seem slower than what you initially encountered today, and your triggers might be centered around some tough love lesson. These are all things that are being brought up for cleansing and for releasing. This is intentional. Saturn's kind of a dick, but he's also our buddy helping us out. There might be triggers, and this might be centralized around any hidden emotions, okay? So anything that needs healed and repaired is going to be brought up because Saturn is our buddy trying to help us out. But in the process, you may learn things that are going to help you close a chapter. So we might be in our feels today, but that's okay. Just be patient with yourself and the energy. But Saturn retrograde, this is going to be interesting. Saturn is the master, the teacher. He is dishing out all of the lessons, kind of karmic lessons. And Saturn is pushing those hard lessons that are going to kick your ass into reality about what your dreams are and what you're serious about. And Pisces is where you go to dream and to imagine. That's where that creativity comes into play. That's where you build your dreams. We also have our South Node that is in Libra. Our North Node is in Aries. This is about leaving toxic people behind, more so stepping into our authenticity. And with Uranus in Taurus right now is helping us find what's stable, what is secure. But honestly, you're holding on to the old ideas of what used to be security, of what used to be comfort. Saturn is pushing us to step into our own right now. This is a grow up moment. This is about growing up and speaking up for yourself. Where is your authority in this picture? Saturn doesn't want to hurt you. It just wants to wake you up. So Saturn is going to come in anywhere you have Pisces in your chart. It is going to bring those hard lessons. It's helping you rise to your authority. And if you are rising to your authority, or you have been stationed there for quite a while, you're not, worried about any of this, you may have some calmer energies. It might not be as intense for you because as you're rising in your authority, you've been doing the work, you've been feeling the feels, you have been healing everything that needs to be healed. You are taking accountability. You're comfortable there. So Saturn retrograde, it might not have a very large effect on you. But if your world is kind of crumbling around you, I think that's your wake up call of, hey, there's not a stable foundation that is present here, and there needs to be a stable foundation in order for me to, move on to X, Y, and Z and take care of myself. And that's what Saturn wants to do. Welcome the help of Saturn and take accountability of what you want your dreams to be. Take your dreams seriously. Saturn is taking shit down that is standing in your way of authority right now. We are going to get through this together. The best thing to do is honestly just to let go, because if you want change, sometimes you have to go through an uncomfortable period in order for things to finally switch up. This is about maintaining clear boundaries. This is where you find chaotic areas in your life and you start restructuring them to build that stable foundation. This is about seeing through illusions and look for the truths. So what is Saturn retrograde doing for you? We want to see him as our buddy. We want to see him as helpful. We don't want to see him necessarily as burning down the buildings at which we stand on. This is our friend. He might be a little too rough, but it's for the betterment of everything overall, especially yourself and stepping into your authority. That's what this is all about. It's all about stepping into one's own. But let's go ahead and check out the geomagnetic storm that is still lingering today. So yesterday we slipped into a severe G4 geomagnetic storm. This was very impulsive, and it was also from a filament liftoff that was on the 24th. We were supposed to only get into a minor G1 geomagnetic storm. Otherwise, surprise, here we go. So we slipped into almost KP8 ranges in Sweden. We actually went a little bit higher in those storm ranges. And today we are still expected to be in those minor geomagnetic storms, although it has dipped down. It was very impulsive, very, very strong. It burst the magnetic field wide open. We got up into the 500 kilometer per second ranges. Right now we are around 422. So we are a lot lower. The energy is going to get a little bit lighter, although it may have been intense yesterday. And those in higher latitude areas were able to see a bit of an aurora. This is in Maine. Beautiful sky lit as our magnetic field shouts to us, hey, we're in danger. Well, it's not danger. It's just a lot of photonic energy, and it just caught us off guard this time. So we will have some waning solar wind enhancements. This is going to continue over the 29th until it returns to nominal levels. Now, today there may be isolated periods of a G1 minor geomagnetic storm reaching into those KP4, KP5 active levels. But if you are in a high latitude position, 65% of that area, you may be able to see the beautiful northern lights. But other than the impulsive geomagnetic storm, our sun is actually quiet despite the number of 14 sunspot regions that we have, with a number that are still not numbered yet. So we are peppered with sunspot regions, although none are really active. So everything is hush hush on the sun right now, although we're just going to take a look at one region that has been developing. Now, it is not Earth facing quite yet, but 3729 right here. This region has the most potential of giving us anything larger than a C-class flare. Our M-class flare percentage is at a 20%. Note a very small chance for an X-class flare at that 5%. Now, this region has a higher proton level. We are reached at a 5% right now, and it is only in beta range, so it's not super complex. Has went down in the number of sunspots, but as far as percentage wise on any of these sunspot regions, this is the most promising right now. So yet again, you might feel a slowdown today. It might be a really good day to ground yourself, maybe take a nap, do some self-care of some sorts today. The energy is going to feel icky and heavy and just a little off. Although if you are, rising to the challenge, this may be calm sail seas for you. These type of energies can create an array of physical symptoms. Those symptoms are listed and pinned on my profile page. Go ahead and see if you have any of those symptoms or what you're experiencing. Remember, if any of those symptoms occur in your body, that is an indication that that area, that chakra may have a blockage. It may be overactive, it may be underactive, but it is time for you to investigate. And don't forget to hydrate, because we just went through an impulsive severe geomagnetic storm. Your body is going to feel depleted, and it doesn't help with the Saturn retrograde heavy weighted energy. Hydrate today. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling with all of this going on. Love ya.